Welcome back everybody to my channel. In this episode we are gonna look at our 2020 kickoff tour where we covered the Addo North and South Past. We started today's journey in Middelburg where we traveled 100 kilometers down the N10 towards Craddock. Then from Craddock we went on down to the split to Ann's Villa, which is the R335. We followed the dirt road to Ann's Villa, and from there we turned left, which indicated the start of the Addo North Pass. From the Addo North we went down to the Addo Lodge, and from there we started the Addo South Pass to our final destination. The next day we had the privilege of traveling directly through the Addo, and we'll show you pieces of that as well. On the previous day we already travelled to Middelburg. We started nice and early in the morning. From here we took the N10 towards Craddock, following the beautiful roads, watching those mountains coming closer and closer. I hope that you like this video, and if you do, please click that subscribe button or leave a comment. Thank you. After a quick breakfast in Craddock, we continue down the N10 towards Ann's Villa. Soon we were at the turnoff for Ann's Villa, which is the start of the R335. We were fortunate that the road was open, since this is a dirt road that periodically can be closed. We continued down the road and then had a stop to take some pictures. From a technical perspective, this dirt road is simple dirt road, a little bit of loose stones on the surface, fine gravel, but all in all just a normal dirt road. In no time we've reached the Ann's Villa intersection. From here we turned left and continue on to the Addo. The tar road continues for about 2 kilometers, after which it quickly turns into a gravel road. Beforehand we knew this is going to be a single lane road, but we expected it more to be like the road that we took on our way to Ann's Villa. But suddenly the terrain and surface area totally changed and actually caught us a bit off guard. They had lots and lots of rains 2 weeks prior to us visiting, and most of the soft dirt just washed away and left this big gravel pile for us to negotiate. I didn't expect this type of surface, and I quickly stopped to just double check that I indeed were on the correct road. Harvey and I are constantly in communication with each other via our interphone Unite comms, and we stopped here and just had a quick discussion about whether we wanted to continue on this road, as it looked very rough. And at this point in time, our new motto for our trip was born, and the motto is, let's see how it looks after the next corner. There is a gear ratio difference between the two bikes, and it made it a bit tricky for Harvey to keep up with me setting the pace, as my pace was in between his two gears, which made it difficult for him to control and have a smoother ride. So we decided that he should take the lead, because it was much easier for me to follow his pace than it was for him to follow my pace. Also, I'm new to adventure riding and he's got a little bit more experience. As we were approaching this corner that we said we'll see how it goes, we were getting all our hopes up and see, it's turning out to be nice and smoother. And as we rounded the corner, nothing changes. I was bounced here by a loose rock off the trail. Most of these rocks are loose, so the moment you ride over it, it just rolls. So this was rolling on the front and on the rear. We were now committed to our ascent to the top. The surface continued to vary between normal dirt, rocks and boulders, but we are committed to this adventure and we'll just see how it looks after the next corner. Who cares if it's a little bit bouncy, if the scenery looking that good. We finally made it to the top, and wow, what a view, man, what a view.
So here we are in the north leg of the Addo, where we expected a nice dirt road and realized there is no dirt, it's just rocks. Oh, yeah.
continued our ascent to further on the top, but we just had to stop and appreciate the views along the way.
Hey, Harvey, how's this view? Beautiful, but hard work to get here. On the non-existing dirt road, it's just a rock road.
We soon started our descent down to the base again, but we could clearly see that the road has deteriorated a lot. But oh man, you can't compete with the views that we had. On our descent we ran across a little obstacle with about 1.5 feet deep ditch that we negotiated. On the other side is a 200 meter straight drop down. Soon we were at the bottom of the Addo North Pass and we took the road to the Addo Lodge. Unfortunately for us, this was the wrong entrance to the lodge, so we backtracked and continued on this South Pass. The South Pass road is also a bit narrow, but man oh man, we were surrounded by vegetation on both sides of the road, and every now and then it will open up onto the valley with a sheer drop next to you. This part of the pass, the surface was nice and we could increase our speed, so we averaged between 40 and 60. But man, did we enjoy the twisties between this beautiful fauna and flora. With about 10 kilometers left, we passed one of the luxurious safari farms, and from this point onwards the pass turned into a beautiful nice dirt road, although it was riveted. best way to negotiate rivets is to speed up and find that sweet spot. For us it was between 90 and 110 kilometers per hour. In this final sections we found ourselves to have some nice straights which we can open up a bit, and then suddenly we would be surrounded by beautiful twisties giving us views down the valley. Safely made it down the pass and finally arrived at the town of Addo, where we overnight. The next morning we set out to drive through the Addo Reserve. We've gained access to the reserve through one of the service gates. After we confirmed where the lions were, we were permitted to drive our motorcycles through the reserve with a caution to be on the lookout for any predators. We slowly rode through the reserve, looking for signs of animals, looking at the dung, how fresh it is, and it wasn't long before we found our first group. Cautiously repositioned ourselves to get a closer look at this troop of elephants. Unfortunately on this day I was hit by a few technical difficulties. I had a battery that kept jumping out, and then I also a couple of animals that we spotted. We were too far for the GoPro to pick it up nicely. So we saw some zebras, we saw jackal, we saw buck, we saw kudu, rooibok, hartebeest, almost all the animals that we wanted to see. Unfortunately, this lonesome elephant bull was the last footage that I captured going through Addo. I hope you liked this video and hope to see you soon.